Oh my god.
Hey guys. If you thought your family group chat was messy, wait till you hear what the Kelce-Swift universe is serving today. First up, Kylie Kelce sparks the whole internet meltdown after admitting she's not above the old school soap in the mouth move when the kids get a little too spicy.
She has gotten it before, which is why she knows I'm not joking about a bar of soap.
And then, the wedding rumors crank up as insiders whisper Taylor and Travis might be eyeing a super luxe hotel for the big day. And speaking of weddings, Martha Stewart slides in like the ultimate auntie, sharing what she's been hearing and tossing out some bold planning advice.
I think they're probably going to keep it pretty private, as from what I've been hearing.
And then, Travis's ex Kayla Nicole drops a Halloween post that has everyone squinting at the lyrics.
Okay, you guys, fun fact about my look. The last person to wear this dress.
And finally, insiders reveal why Taylor and Travis are posted up in Florida together. It's holiday season. Everyone's running on 3 hours of sleep and a questionable amount of sugar. Kids are having full-blown Oscar-worthy meltdowns. And then Kylie Kelce casually drops a parenting confession that instantly lights the internet on fire like a Christmas tree with bad wiring. Kylie, 33, popped up on the New Heights podcast and revealed her go-to move when her kids start getting spicy with their language, the classic wash your mouth out with soap method. Yep, straight out of the old school parenting playbook, right next to go pick your own switch and because I said so. The convo started when they were chatting about kids losing it during the holidays, reacting to stories fans had sent in. One story involved a 9-year-old calling their mom something so brutal it would have gotten them banned from family group chat forever. Kylie apparently wondered how anyone even manages the soap routine with a kid that old. Like, do you negotiate? Book a time slot? Make it a whole spa experience?
How are you supposed to put soap in a 9-year-old's mouth? I mean, I suppose you could.
Travis, being Travis, reportedly joked that maybe you gotta scare kids in some other ridiculous way, like threatening them with prison time. Because nothing says festive like imaginary legal consequences.
You just got to scare them another way. You got to scare them into where that leads to. Like, you keep calling people fat bitches, you're going to prison. You got to take them to prison. You got to show them what prison looks like.
Kylie also brought up her eldest daughter, Wyatt, who once dropped a cursed word and immediately regretted it. Wyatt didn't even need the soap that time because the guilt hit her faster than a dad hearing mom said no. But Kylie has used the soap method before, and her daughter apparently knows it's not an empty threat, which honestly is the most terrifying kind.
Ellie was inside the house and Wyatt was closing the front door and she went, bitch, and closed it really slowly and said it at the same time. And immediate buyer's remorse. Immediate. I don't know that she got it that time because she had buyer's remorse very quickly, but she has gotten it before, which is why she knows I'm not joking about a bar of soap.
Kylie basically lives by the rule that if you threaten something, you better be ready to follow through. Otherwise, kids will clown you forever.
You can't do empty threats. That's what you can't do with kids.
You can't do that.
Of course, the internet had opinions. Sources say one fan called the method disgusting, and some parenting experts have branded it less discipline and more cruelty. And just when everyone was recovering from that chaos, Kylie recently stirred conversation again by explaining why she skips Botox and fillers, saying she wants her daughters to grow up knowing their faces are meant to move, wrinkle, and express real life, not look like a frozen Instagram filter. And while Kylie's got everyone debating soap bars and parenting chaos, the Swift-Kelce universe is now serving a whole new flavor of drama, wedding bells with a side of ocean views. Whispers are getting louder that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce might be plotting their I do moment at the Ocean House Resort in Watch Hill, Rhode Island, aka the kind of place that screams luxury, privacy, and please don't bring your messy cousin. The Ocean House apparently sits perched above the Atlantic like it's auditioning to be the main character in a romantic movie where everyone wears linen and nobody sweats. And here's the kicker. It's basically a hop, skip, and a billionaire real estate flex away from Taylor's Watch Hill mansion. Close enough that if she forgot her veil, she could probably send someone back in a golf cart. The hotel is a big deal in the fancy people doing fancy things world, with Ocean House earning one of those rare Forbes triple 5-star distinctions. Translation? It's so posh, even the towels probably have their own security detail. During a tour back in September, the property sales and marketing director, Stephanie Levitt, was giving history lessons with vibes. She reportedly pointed out the hotel was rebuilt from its original 1886 version and still managed to save more than 5,000 artifacts, fireplaces, crown molding, fixtures, all preserved like the building itself is an antique influencer. And yeah, not just old-timey charm. Sources say the place is stacked with wedding-ready flexes. We're talking fine dining at Coast, a cocktail patio called the Secret Garden, massive event lawns, and a private beach with cabanas. Because nothing says forever like exchanging vows while someone in the background adjusts your cabana curtain. And now the gossip train pulls into a whole new station because Martha Stewart has apparently been hearing things too. The queen of lifestyle perfection has been casually stirring the wedding pot when asked about Taylor and Travis, and she's doing it with the kind of confidence that makes you feel like she's already got the table settings picked out and the napkins folded into tiny swans. Martha, 84, and still running circles around everyone, dropped her thoughts while chatting with Entertainment Tonight. She didn't spill the whole tea, but she hinted that she's heard the ceremony is likely to be super private, because apparently Taylor and Travis want their big day to be more secret garden romance and less live-streamed chaos with 4K Zoom.
I think they're probably going to keep it pretty private, as from what I've been hearing, and rightly so.
And honestly, that tracks, because if your relationship already comes with paparazzi and conspiracy threads, the last thing you need is Aunt Linda going viral for falling into the cake. Martha basically gave the couple a classy little stamp of approval, suggesting she trusts their judgment and that they know what they're doing. Which is kind of hilarious because when Martha Stewart endorses your decision-making, you basically get upgraded to adulting level elite.
They're charming. They're savvy. They know what they're doing.
Like you're not just planning a wedding anymore, you're curating an experience. But the funniest part? When someone floated the idea of a football-themed wedding, Martha shut that down instantly. No touchdown centerpieces, no bridesmaids in jerseys, no ring bearer carrying the rings in a tiny helmet. She was basically like, please don't. However, she did toss out a cheeky alternative that sounds way more Martha. Signed footballs from Travis's wedding favors. Because nothing says, thanks for coming, like a souvenir that could either become a priceless heirloom or end up as your cousin's dog toy.
Signed footballs by Travis wouldn't be a bad little going-away gift in the wedding's bag.
And speaking of Travis-related breadcrumbs that have the internet acting like FBI interns, Kayla Nicole just popped up with a post that had people doing the most. While everyone was already zooming in on her costume like it was a red carpet mystery, the real chaos came from the soundtrack she picked to go with it, because apparently subtlety was left at home with the wig glue. Kayla, who's both an influencer and sports journalist, went full throwback glam on Friday, October 31st, dressing up as R&B queen Toni Braxton. Not just oh cute a costume either, she reportedly recreated part of an iconic music video moment, serving drama, attitude, and I know you're watching energy. And in her caption, she apparently gave Toni her flowers, calling her an icon and a legend, which is true, but also the song choice is what sent the comment section into orbit.
Okay, you guys, fun fact about my look. The last person to wear this dress, the one and only, drumroll please, Toni Braxton. Shut your mouth, bro.
She paired the look with Toni Braxton's track, He Wasn't Man Enough, and the internet basically went, wait, is this shade? Because, Kayla's ex is Travis Kelce, who is now engaged to Taylor Swift. And once people connect those dots, it's over. You can't just casually post with that title and expect the public not to start writing fan fiction, conspiracy theories, and think pieces all at once. Sources say people in the comments were hyping the costume and side-eyeing the music selection, and some assumed it was a not-so-secret message aimed at Travis. The song itself is famously savage, with lyrics that are basically a musical mic drop, the kind of track you play when you're done being polite and ready to emotionally suplex someone. So yeah, folks were like, ma'am, are you okay? Or are you just choosing violence in HD? Kayla hasn't publicly commented on Travis's engagement at all. She reportedly brushed off a question about it during a New York Fashion Week event, and sources say she's been pretty clear about not letting online chatter run her life. In a recent interview, she basically suggested that people's opinions only matter if you let them, which is honestly the healthiest clapback imaginable. Like she's not arguing in the comments, she's arguing with inner peace. And while Kayla's making people decode playlists like they're ancient scrolls, Taylor and Travis are literally posted up in Florida together like they've signed a lease on chaos. The couple sent fans into a full spiral after they popped up for a date night in West Palm Beach, the kind of sighting that makes locals pretend they don't care while secretly texting every group chat they've ever had. Travis was working the day of that West Palm Beach dinner, but he dipped early to meet Taylor, which is so relatable. Men will sprint out of work faster than a kid hearing the ice cream truck if their girl is waiting in a restaurant. And apparently this Florida situation isn't just a weekend cameo. They've been living in a gorgeous rental in Boca Raton, about 45 miles north of Miami. So yes, the power couple is basically doing their own little retired rich aunt era, except one of them is Taylor and the other is an NFL tight end. Taylor's schedule has been more open since she wrapped the Eras Tour, meaning she's got actual downtime, which is probably the first time in history she's had the chance to be a normal human who can casually go to dinner without a stadium attached. Of course, stepping out in public still isn't easy, so even their low profile comes with photos flying around like seagulls at a beach. Still, they're very much in love, and honestly, Florida is the perfect place for that. Sunshine, secrecy, and just enough chaos to keep everyone talking. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.